Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Tuesday, November 14th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 5 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. I don't know, when I got to today, I just get the feeling like snap out of it already, It brings me to the vibe of like, say like your best friend is a little bit like down about something and it's like you're ready. Okay, your best friend keeps going through it with this relationship that is just a toxic one, and your best friend can't see that it's toxic because for whatever reason your best friend sees her identity in this partner, identifies themselves through this partner. Your best friend, you know, feels like they're no one without that relationship. And because of that, your best friend's always experiencing roller coaster moments. One minute they're up, next minute they're down. If that partner, whoever they're messing with, if that person is giving them some time of day, then they're happy. And if that person is ignoring them, they're sad. And it's like the energies in today is like, it feels like stop already, like in the sense that it's like, damn, like, can we just like get back to the good old days when we were just like not allowing stuff like that to control our world? That's how the energies in today feel. Or it'll almost remind me of like being an adult and taking things so seriously, where it's like, can we get back to the place where we didn't take things so seriously? It's like, like that's the feeling that I'm getting for today, where it's like, with the energies in the day adding up and reducing to number 5, is like, I just want to get away. Like, I just want to get away. I just don't want to be bothered with anything too serious today. I don't want to adult today. I don't want to deal with any form of responsibilities or anything. So you might be at work and find yourself feeling like, I just want to be anywhere but here type of vibe. And say it's raining, that might be the only thing that makes you feel like, oh, well, at least it's better to be here because it's raining, so might as well I spend it working. But I just get the feeling of like, you know, just wanting to be anywhere but here is what I'm getting. It's like, geez, it's like not wanting to deal with the seriousness of just the seriousness of stuff. It's like, I feel like with November's energy, there's this not denseness, but there's this feeling where it's like emotions, like I said, might be a little bit heavier than normal, or things might feel a little bit more intense than normal. And today is a day where, like, you know, say a person rides bike or motorcycle, whatever, you just want to get away and ride real fast and let the wind blow in your face, or get in your car and put the windows down and, you know, blast your music or whatever. I love listening to loud music, but I don't like to put the windows down because I don't want everybody staring at me. But at the same time, like, just drive, you know, safely, fast and safe, and just blast your music type of vibe is how it feels. And I can see how Mars is supporting that with today being Mars Day. So I would say go for a walk with your headphones in, walk super fast or jog or whatnot is really, really good. Like, that would really, really speak to your soul today, to do some kind of a physical exercise, listening to loud music, your kind of music. The moth is a spirit animal for today. And with the moth energy, the moth just brings me to like, let it go, let it flow. Like, let it go and let it flow. It's like, it brings me to that saying, let go, let God, is that kind of vibe. It's like, today's the kind of day where it's like, you got to ask yourself, like, okay, is this out of my control? Like, whatever is out of your control, you just need to just, you know, just leave it to the universe. Like, do your part in a thing, and whatever is out of your control, just let it go, is what I'm getting. With the moth energy, the moth brings me to some kind of transformation, some kind of evolution when it comes to something. And the moth also looks like it's celebrating, but I get the vibe with this day. It's like some of us are celebrating something, but you know, we don't, some of us have something to celebrate, but don't feel like celebrating. It's like the example that I gave where it's like your friend is all in their feelings about something and you want them to be able to enjoy something with you, and they're just not. So there's this isolated feeling about the day. So it's like something great happened, something exciting happened, but it's almost like it didn't happen because it feels like there's no one to share it with. It just feels so cocoony today. Like, it's like I'm in a cocoon by myself, even though there's so many people around, is how I'm feeling. And today adds up to the number 5, and the number 5 deals with sudden and unexpected changes. And I feel like the sudden and unexpected changes from the number 5 is always a blessing, because wherever the foundation is weak, the number 5 is going to come and shake it up. But then the number 5 also reminds me of that glitch in the matrix. It's like everything is going on this repetitive cycle. And the number 5 energy is that random combustion of change that just comes in out of nowhere. And sometimes it comes in ways that, you know, we don't expect, that could be a little bit disappointing. But then when we look back, we're like, whew, thank goodness, if this didn't happen, that didn't happen, and that wouldn't, you know, and that wouldn't have happened, and that wouldn't have happened, and that wouldn't have happened. And it's like, you know, that kind of mindset that, you know, you only see looking back based on how everything played out. And Mars is the ruler of the day, and Mars is in Scorpio. So Mars is in Scorpio conjunct the sun. So we're motivated by our identity. We're motivated by the need to have control. We're motivated by our privacy, our secrecy, being secretive about things. We're even motivated by, say, thinking about our debts, you know, finances, things like that. But I feel like today's energy feels like one of those where it's like, I don't like the thought of all this just makes me want to just go out and do something, where it's like, you know, just the thought of everything makes a person wants to escape their reality. There's definitely escaping reality feel for today. So when it comes to the month of November, I feel, and even a day like this, say you've been working on eating a certain way or maybe quitting certain habits, I feel like these energies could be so intense where it could cause those things to feel like they're calling you, as other things might make you feel powerless. So this is where you definitely want to become aware of the pull that you might feel and just get stronger in your ability to just stick to whatever your goal was, because you know the consequences of going back wherever it is that you're trying to come from. And also too, you know where it is that you're trying to go. And we have the Death card in the reversal position. This is the Death card in the upright position. So the Death card in the reversal position and this energy here, to me, it brings me to that saying, oh, they want to have their cake and eat it too. And I guess the way how I'm perceiving that, which that saying sounds so silly in the sense like, how do you, okay, I get it. You want to have your cake and eat it too. In the sense like you want to keep it and eat it. You can't keep it and eat it. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. Maybe you guys could school me in the comments. But that's what I'm getting with this energy here, where it's like, I don't want to let go, but I want to move on. Like, which one is it? I don't want to let go, but I want to move on. I don't want to let go, but I want to move on. I don't want this. Yeah, I don't want to let go, but I want to move on. Is that type of vibe. It's like, yeah, that's the kind of energy I'm getting from those. And the moon is in Sagittarius today. So with the moon in Sag, our inner world is in a place where, and the moon conjuncts Mercury. So our inner place is where we are escaping through information, through conversation, through friendships. Like, we want to be social, interact with each other, not really deal with our emotions or even deal with anything in the home. So I could see, you know, say you live with others, you know, you might find yourself taking the long way home today or not going right home today. But it's this feeling like, I don't want to be bothered with home, or avoiding even your mom or family. But it's like, just time away is so important. And it's not necessarily to do anything wrong. It's more of just wanting a new experience. Like, to me, the word for today is escape. Like, just needing to escape, needing to get away. And with Mars and Scorpio, you don't want anybody to know where you're going. And it's not that you're up to nothing bad, or, you know, nothing dishonest is a better word. It's just needing to get away. I just get the feeling of, oh, I need to catch my breath. I need to catch my breath. I get the feeling of someone, you know, feeling so closed in, or feeling like someone's trying to control you. And it's like just needing to take a deep breath. I think of like the mom with all the responsibilities, or the dad, the single mom or the single dad with all the responsibilities. And then today's a day where it's like, you love your children dearly, but you just need to get some time to yourself, by yourself, even if it's locking yourself in the bathroom and sneaking a cigarette. I don't know if that's the image that I saw, but it's like, you know, even if it's getting away, however you get away, and figure out a way to just release. And it's like, and with the Death card in the reverse though, the Death card in the reverse to me is interesting, because in the upright position, the Death card talks about something coming to an end, and, you know, it shows everything is happening. It's nighttime, but the sun is coming up. So it's a new day. It's a fresh start. With the Death card in the reversal position, to me, it's like holding on to the past, but then confused as to why the present is the way it is. So I think about the person who is holding on to the relationship that just isn't working, but then confused as to why they're miserable. Holding on to something that isn't working, but then confused as to why the present is the way it is. It just seems like common sense, one should know, but clearly there's some emotional connection to something why a person is choosing on to hold on for dear life the way they're holding on for it. But at the same time, to me, it's stagnating their growth, because look at the moth in this as a spirit animal, where to me the moth is rising from the dark into the light, which is like the Death card. It's nighttime, death has happened, and it's a new day. But with the Death card in reverse, it's almost like something holding on to the moth and stopping it from getting it to wherever it's going to. So I get the feeling of some of you might feel stagnant, where it's like you feel like every time you're close to getting whatever it is that you want, something pulls you back down. And I feel like the thing that pulls you back down is whatever it is that you refuse to let go of. It's like you're pulling you back down. You're pulling you back down with whatever it is that you want to hold on to. And it's like, you got to make a decision. You got to make a choice. You got to make a sacrifice. It's like, is it this or is it that? But you can't have both, is what I'm getting with the energies in today. You can't have both. Which one is it? You know, it's that, you know, it brings me to being a kid where my grandmother is like, you know, close the door and stop letting out the AC. Is either you're inside or you're outside. If you go out there, don't come back in here for a while, or if you're in here, don't go out there. But you can't just keep going back and forth. And I feel like that's like today, like that's the emphasis today, you know, going back and forth when it comes to something. But I feel like today ain't even a matter of going back and forth. To me, today feels like a day where I'm not even going to acknowledge my responsibilities. I'm not even going to acknowledge my problems. So it's not even a matter of going back and forth. It's like not acknowledging them at all. But at the same time, confused and complaining why things aren't going my way. It's that kind of vibe. It's like I'm complaining about why things aren't going my way, or I'm salty inside about how things are not going my way, but I can't see how. It's because I need to make a choice. I need to choose. The day is the 14th. The number 1 deals with the self. The number 4 deals with stability, but 1 + 4 is 5. So deep down, we're searching for security and stability, but one that will allow us to be free at the same time. And I think about Sag energy and how sometimes people, you know, Sagittarius will get a bad rep for being like the cheater of the zodiac type of energy, Gemini too. And I'm sure there's others, but I'm gonna focus on that, or even number 3 and number 5 in numerology. And for me, I feel like it comes down to a person knowing themselves enough to know what they need in a connection and what's a deal breaker, what isn't, and then asserting those boundaries, where a lot of the time, some of us need a lot of freedom in our relationship, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like say with a Sag, you know, Venus, Jupiter, Sag, you know, might need a partner that has their own life, a partner that is constantly learning or doing their own thing, but then when they come back, they have so much value to give based on them exploring the world or exploring information or whatnot. And because they're busy doing them, you get time to do you. But a lot of the times in the beginning of relationships, because we're unaware of our abandonment issues or certain things that we've been through and how it's creating our reality, we'll be super clingy in the beginning of the relationship and want a person that's clingy, because really it's our abandonment issues that's leading at the moment. And then once we realize that the person isn't going anywhere, once we realize that we're safe, then we start to feel like that person is like, you know, got a noose around the neck, that they're controlling, that they're suffocating, that they're exhausting, when really in the beginning, you kind of told that person that that's how you are and that works for you. Where once we become aware of our abandonment issues, then we can show up to the relationship, the courting, in a way that we will be in the end. You know, you show up as your, you know, Venus and Sag, Jupiter and Sag self. You show up consistently as the kind of person you are, where it's like, today you're here, you guys are spending time, but tomorrow you're gone doing your own thing. Then you're back again and you're gone again. And from the beginning, you're consistently that person. Opposed to, and I'm not saying this for all Venus, Sag, Jupiter, Sag, I'm giving that example. But of course, so many other things factor in, like the moon and how it's aspecting those things, and the Mercury, and a bunch of other things. What's in the 4th house, like a bunch of other things play into it. But I'm just giving that example per se. When I look at the energies in today, to me, it's like, you know, acknowledging certain things within ourselves and how it's holding us back. So like I said, it's the person acknowledging themselves and realizing that this is the issue for relationships, why they always find themselves in a relationship feeling stuck. Or a 9 person, this will happen to a 9 person also, where in the beginning super clingy, but then once they're safe and secure, you know, they feel like the other person is controlling them. But in all reality, it's like, no, in the beginning, you came off that's what you need. Of course, a number 9 with, say, strong Pisces, Cancer, and different things might cause that number 9 to always be clingy and be not clingy, but always need more time than another. There's so many things that factor into it. But the point that I'm trying to make here is we're trying to have one thing. We're trying to have 2 things. And today is a perfect example of a sacrifice is necessary. Such a pleasure sharing this message with you. If you'd like to book a natal chart awareness coaching session with me, or support the channel by becoming a member on Patreon, where I drop weekly exclusive content and so much more, the links for that is in the description box below. But before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a blue heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.